Let's move on to part 2 of our physical security controls, and here we're talking about physical attacks against smart cards and USBs. Now, smart cards that are typically used to bypass electronic locks, they can be vulnerable to cloning and skimming attacks. Now, card cloning is simply making one or more copies of an existing card. A lost or stolen card with no cryptographic protections can be physically duplicated. Now, skimming refers to using a counterfeit card to capture card details, which are then used to program a duplicate. And we also have this issue of malicious USB charging cables and plugs, which you might find in public places like airports and so on. And what happens here is that when you plug in your phone into such charging ports, they might end up exfiltrating data from your phone. So we could use a USB data blocker that will provide mitigation against these juice jacking attacks by preventing any sort of data transfer when the smartphone is connected to the charge point. We also have alarm systems and sensors, and there are 5 main types of alarms. We do have the circuit-based alarm, which will sound when the circuit is opened or closed, depending on the type of alarm. So we could have incidents like a door being opened or a window being opened, or maybe even a fence being cut. Then we have the motion detection alarm. This is a motion-based alarm, is linked to a detector triggered by any movement within an area. I'm pretty sure you must have seen this in the movies before, where if you move within the range of the motion detection sensor, the alarm will be triggered. And then we also have noise detection, an alarm triggered by sounds picked up by a microphone. And then we also have the proximity alarms. These are RFID tags and readers that can be used to track the movement of tagged objects within an area. And of course, we have the duress alarm. This type of alarm is triggered manually by staff if they come under threat. We can also use security guards and cameras, obviously. Now, surveillance is typically a second layer of security designed to improve the resilience of perimeter gateways. So we can station security guards in front of secure and very important zones. And just the mere presence of these security guards can act as a very effective intrusion detection and deterrent mechanism. However, it can be expensive because you have to pay them their salaries. So the closed circuit TV is a cheaper means of providing surveillance rather than using security guards. And the other big advantage of using CCTV is that movement and access can also be recorded, but the main drawback is that response times are longer and security may be compromised if not enough staff are present to monitor the camera feeds. And of course, we can also make use of ID badges and the reception personnel. So a very important aspect of surveillance would be the challenge policy, which can be quite effective against social engineering attacks. So the whole point of the challenge policy is to ask questions. If you see someone in the company building without a badge, or this person looks like a stranger, doesn't look familiar, you can ask questions. Hey, can I help you? Hey, are you looking for someone? Can I help you in any way? That's what the challenge policy is supposed to be about. And if you're going to grant access to somebody to enter a building, they need to prove that they belong there, either with their ID badge or with their token card or something. Now, an access list can be held at the reception area for each secure area to determine who is allowed to enter. And of course, reception areas for high security zones might be staffed by at least 2 people at all times. You don't want to have just one single person manning the reception area. So that's a very short video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next class.